So this is take 2 of the teen yoga class. Obviously my first class was to teens in a martial arts setting, a group that I know quite well. So I actually talked a little bit at the beginning about why yoga would be beneficial to their Choi practice, to Choi Kwan Do, and the fact that they do yoga-based stretches already, and Grandmaster Choi practice yoga, so I made it really relevant and really relatable to the people that were actually in front of me. I talked about the fact that yoga would help them not only with flexibility, but it would help with their balance, their strength, not just in their body, but also in their mind, focusing the mind, helping them to concentrate. They do a lot of reprogramming the mind, they call it, in Choi Kwan Do. And I explained a little bit about that and how yoga would help with that focus, that refocusing when they get a bit distracted, or when they find that they've become very excitable during one session or one practice, perhaps in pace sessions, and then they need to change the level of the energy in the class to bring them down to do something else. So we talked a bit about that, and that it would improve their overall well-being and health. I had them in a nice circle, as you probably saw in the video. There was a group of 11, including 4 adults in that group, and they were all aged 12 and upwards. I explained golden guidelines. I said, we were all required to stay on our mat, unless otherwise instructed, to listen to their body, to love their body is really important, and to have fun. So I kept them very short and simple. We did a group check-in, we went around, so I started, my name's Faith, and I asked them to give me one word of how they felt, and actually we didn't do that first of all because I made a mistake. I went straight into my breathing ball, but I should have gone around first, and then I remembered and corrected myself and went back to it. So group check-in, my name is Faith and I'm feeling awkward. I didn't say that, but that's how I feel right now, recording to nobody. And then we went around the room, which was nice. Heard everybody's voices, and it was quite interesting. Some people were feeling uncomfortable or awkward, the adults mainly, adult males, and I think martial arts guys, and it was interesting, the feedback at the end. So then I introduced the chimes with 3 breaths, so breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And in yoga, we bring our hands together at our heart and we say namaste. And this means the goodness in me sees the goodness in you. So we started with pranayama. This is the controlling of the breath, or the movement of the breath, which aids us in stilling our mind. Using my breathing ball, which is kind of a cool funky silver pattern, I think is cool. And on the inhale, as we expand and fill our lungs, I open up the ball. And on the exhale, when we empty the body of breath, the ball shrinks. So gently matching our breath to the ball. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 We breathe on average about 20 to 30,000 times a day. it's really great just to notice a few. Filling the body with air, filling our bellies, rounding our tummies on the inhale. Full big breath in. Long, slow exhale out. Emptying our bodies. Releasing all the air in our bodies. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice slow breaths. And don't worry if you can't match the ball exactly. This is practice. And like any practice, the more we do, the easier it becomes, the more fluidity we find. And some days it's tricky, and some days it's easy, and that's okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And just gradually bringing ourselves back to a nice, gentle breathing rhythm. And just checking in with how we feel right now after that nice little breathing practice, a pranayama. So before we start moving our bodies, it's really important to warm up our bodies, right from the tip of our head right to the tips of our toes. So we're going to take our fingers and we're going to just start tapping on the head, tapping on the skin around the face. Around the eyes, on the cheeks, nice little taps. And maybe on the top of our head, around the ears, on the back of the neck, around by the mouth, the jaw. Nice little taps. Just relaxing, breathing, tapping. Great. The arms, a nice little tap. Nice little tap into the fingers. On the backs of the arms, on the shoulders. Nice little taps, or you can just rub. Rubbing, brushing, sweeping, or just touching. Then taking care to have our spine long, our head level with the ground, our chin level with the ground. Let's just gently start to move our heads, so turning the head one way, nice and gently, not going too far, keeping that spine nice and long, coming back to the centre and just going over to the other side. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the neck, and once more, to centre and back round. And then taking our ears down to the shoulder. So taking care not to bring our shoulders up to the ears, keeping that chin level, that spine long, and the ear down to the shoulder. And then back up to centre and back down the other side. And you might hear lots of creaks and crunching and cracks, that's okay. Nice gentle movements, one more time. Back up to centre and back down. Bringing our hands to our shoulders. We gently just start to turn the whole body, again keeping that spine nice and long, that head nice and level. One way, back to centre, and back the other way, back to centre. And let's start to make little circles, the size of ping pong balls, little circles. And then let's get to tennis ball size, football size, medicine ball size, a little bit bigger. And then let's see if we can get to space hopper size, nice and big, nice big circles. And then coming back through medicine ball, football, tennis ball, back to ping pong ball, and then going the other way, ping pong ball, tennis ball, football, medicine ball, and back to that space hopper. Nice big round circles, warming up those shoulders, mobilizing those joints, keeping that nice long spine. And let's twist again. One side, back to center, back to the other side. And then bringing one hand down to the floor, we take our arm up and lean over to the side. A nice side stretch all the way down our bodies, lengthening that spine, lengthen the hand, and swapping over. Arm comes up, nice long stretch through the body, through the side body, up through the arm, right to the fingers. And back we go. And placing our hands onto our knees, we round the spine, coming into a C shape, curving the spine, dropping the head, not crushing here, taking care to keep this level, dropping the head, rounding the spine. And keeping hold of our knees, we push our chest out, our shoulders back, our head goes up. We push this part of our body out, pushing the chest out. And we round again, creating that C shape, rounding the spine, and back through, pushing the chest out, warming up that spine. A few more here. Seated cat-cows, warming up that spine, mobilizing the entire body. And then let's start to create some small circles. One way, just small circles to begin with. Small circles. And then stopping and going the other way, creating small circles. We're not circles, they're squares right now. Bit creaky, first practice of the morning. Like a robot. Nice circles. And then go the other way, making these circles a little bit bigger. Imagine we've got a bowl of water in our pelvis and we're swishing the water around but trying not to spill. So keeping that pelvis level, the head level, but moving the body, turning the body. And then let's go back the other way, taking care not to spill that water. Nice and level, and slowing it down if you need to. There's no rush here. There's no rush. Not forgetting to breathe with our movements. Feeling the belly. Expelling the air. And coming back to centre. So bringing our legs out in front. We find a seated staff pose. And if we need to have a micro bend in the knee here, that's absolutely fine. And let's just bend one leg, placing the foot on the floor, taking hold of the opposite knee with opposite hand, and just twisting the body round, taking care to keep that spine really long and looking over our opposite shoulder. Having the hand planted behind the bottom to create that support, lift that spine. And then opposite leg, foot flat on the floor, hand comes round and looking over the shoulder. long spine. See if you can lengthen that a little bit more with the inhale. Back down. Raising the arms up above our heads. We hinge forward and see if you can touch your toes. Again, if you need a micro bend in the knees, that's absolutely fine. Lengthening that spine, looking ahead. Breathing in, and on the exhale, bending down. Coming into a nice forward fold. Coming back up. Let's just give our legs a nice tap on the floor. Nice tap on the floor. Give our feet a tap all the way around to the feet, all the way down the legs, on the top of the legs, top of the feet, sides of the legs, inside of the legs. And then let's circle our toes. Circling one way, circling the other way. Perhaps pointing one, pointing the other, alternate feet, like you tap dancing. Wiggling our toes. There we go. Okay, so coming onto all fours, let's find table. So think like a table, nice strong structure, nice strong arms, wide fingers, nicely spread. Hips above our knees, nice long strong spine. And let's come into some gentle cat-cows. So breathing in, lift the spine, drop the head. And on the exhale, puff the chest out, push the bottom out, lift the head out. Inhale, lift the body up. And on the exhale, sink the body down. And let's do this at our own natural breathing rhythm. Exhale to expand the chest. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhaling, releasing, expanding. Inhaling, drawing in. Give ourselves a little wiggle. A little wiggle. Tucking the toes under, we push up into downward dog. And this being our first downward dog, let's pedal it out. So bending the knees as if we're pedaling a bike, keeping those hands nice and strong, nice and planted, wide fingers, strong arms, pushing the hips to the sky. Let's find some stillness here in downward dog. Let's take a breath here. And then let's step forward between our hands, standing all the way up, lengthening, strengthening that spine, hands all the way to the sky. We come down and find mountain pose. Nice, strong stability. And we're going to start our sun salutations. This is great for warming up the entire body. So we bring our hands to our heart, inhale up, greet the sun, and we exhale down through center. We look forward, we step our right foot back, drop the knees. Breathing in, we lift our chests high. And then we step back into plank. Drop our knees, our chest, our chin. We push up into cobra. Coming down, we tuck our toes and push our whole bodies up into downward dog. Finding stillness here, taking a breath. Strong arms, strong hands planted into the ground, high hips. We step our right foot forward, our left foot forward, down, forward fold, and then coming all the way up, root to rise, all the way up, And back down, hands to heart. Other side. Breathing in, arms high, and exhale to fold. Breathing in, left leg goes back, dropping the knees, chest comes forward. Right foot back into plank. Nice strong hands, nice strong body, nice strong core. We drop the knees, the chest, the chin, and we push up into cobra. Inhale, push back, downward dog. Finding that stillness. One foot comes forward, the other foot comes forward to meet it, and all the way up, root to rise, all the way through centre and back down into mountain pose, Tadasana. This pose is really good for posture, it's a really strong pose, it's a calming pose, and it's a grounding pose. So we take our right foot back, we step into Warrior Two, taking care to stack the hips, bending our front knee, taking care to make sure it's not over our ankle. Our front hand comes out nice and long and straight, the back hand follows, and we look over our right, our left hand, our front hand. We straighten our front leg and we come down into triangle. Trikonasana, Trikodasana even. And coming back up, we bring our front foot in, arms reach high, star pose. Our back leg leads, turns outwards, bending the knee, front arm forward, back arm back, taking care to keep those hips stacked. We look over our front leg, Warrior Two. Straightening the front leg, we come back down into triangle. Again, taking care to stack the hips. Back up. Star pose. Back to the front of the mat. Arms reach high. Come down to forward, fold. And then let's step both feet back into plank. Nice, strong, firm plank. Our right leg comes forward and we go into pigeon. The chest comes high and we'll take a breath here. Tucking the left toes, our right foot goes back into plank. We bring our left foot forward, pigeon on the other side. Our chest puffs out. Take a breath here. Sitting onto our bottoms, we come into staff pose, seated pose, bringing the arms up high, reaching forward, taking care to keep that nice, strong, long spine, finding a micro bend in the knees if needed. We inhale high and we exhale to fold. Finding that forward fold. We'll take a breath here. Coming up, reaching through the sky, bending our legs in, having our feet together, maybe gripping our toes. Let's find butterfly pose, taking care to have that long spine, head level with the ground, taking a breath here. Nice, grounding, strengthening pose. Good for releasing the hips. Planting the feet, keeping the knees bent. With fingers facing forward, we put them just behind our bottoms. Find a nice, strong grounding position. We lift our bottoms up into crab. Taking care with our necks here. If it feels comfortable to do so, we can drop the head back. And back onto our seated position. This time lifting our legs high. And when you're ready and you find some balance, bringing the arms out in front for boat pose. Planting the feet, coming back into that crab. Dropping the bottom, finding that boat pose. Coming down onto our backs. Again, keeping our knees bent. Planting the feet on the ground. Let's curl the tailbone up and find bridge pose. Squeezing the buttocks together. Nice, strong, engaged core, strong legs, taking care that these knees don't widen. And lowering down. And let's bring our knees to our chest. Gives ourselves a little hug here. Perhaps doing some little massages on the mat. Planting the feet, finding that bridge pose. Again, dropping the bottom, hugging those knees in. And then taking the knees hugged in, dropping them to the right, extending the left arm, and looking over to the left for a nice spinal twist. Bringing the knees to centre, dropping the knees to the left. Right arm goes out. Looking over the right shoulder, a nice spinal twist on the other side. And coming back to centre, bringing the legs out long, laying on the back, arms out to the side. We find Shavasana. Perhaps closing down the eyes. And just bringing our attention to our breath. The inhale and the exhale. The movement of our body when we breathe. The rise and fall of our chest. The filling of the tummy. The exhaling of the tummy. The emptying of the body on the exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. And perhaps we might want to bring an intention to mind, an I am phrase perhaps. I am strong. I am kind. I am relaxed. Or perhaps an achievement we'd like to fulfill this week. Just bringing that to mind now. I am relaxed. And then let's move throughout our body. We're just going to put our spotlight of awareness on certain parts of the body. The top of the head. Bringing that spotlight of awareness to the top of our head, our forehead, our eyes, our cheeks, our ears, the back of the head, the mouth, the chin, the jaw, the back of the jaw, the back of the neck, the front of the neck, the right shoulder, top of the right arm, right elbow, right forearm, right hand, the palm of the hand, back of the hand, the little finger, the ring finger, the middle finger, the pointing finger, the thumb, the left shoulder, top of the left arm, top of the elbow, left forearm, left hand, palm of the hand, back of the hand, little finger, ring finger, middle finger, pointy finger, right thumb, chest, top of the back, tummy, lower back, the hips, the buttocks, top of the right leg, right knee, right calf, right ankle, right foot, top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, middle toe, fourth toe, and the little toe, the sole of the foot, top of the left leg, left knee, left calf, left ankle, left foot, the top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, sole of the foot. And bringing our attention to our breath, the rise and fall of our tummy as we breathe in and we breathe out. The movement of our chest as we breathe in and as we breathe out. The movement in our collarbones, the slight movement high up as we inhale and we exhale. The airflow through our nostrils. And we breathe in and we breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Perhaps noticing the temperature of the air through our nostrils. The inhale and the exhale. And then bringing some attention to the sounds in the room. What can we hear? Sounds around our bodies. Sounds within our bodies. The sound of our breath. The inhale, the exhale. The sounds around us. The sounds in the room. Bringing some slight movement into our fingers and our toes, gentle wiggles in the toes, perhaps licking the lips. And then let's make those movements a little bit bigger. Maybe circling the ankles, slowly, gently. Maybe circling the wrists. Find some length in the spine. Nice strong legs, pointy toes. Reaching our arms above our head. Nice long bodies like a pencil. Nice and straight, big stretch. And then turning onto our favourite side. Let's just have a breath on our favourite side. And then gently, when you're ready, bringing yourself back into a seated position. And then on a breath that feels right for you, just gently opening the eyes back up. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We bring our hands to our heart and we say namaste. The goodness in me sees the goodness in you. And then we went round the room again and we said a word, as we said a word at the beginning, how we felt. We said a word of how we felt at the end of our session, and the words were mostly relax, relax, relax. And interestingly, the words that were uncomfortable or awkward in the beginning from the adults actually changed to really positive words, like, you know, feeling less uncomfortable, feeling more relaxed, feeling better than I did when I started. So it was really nice to have that check-in. Hope that's okay. Really awkward doing it to yourself in a room when there's a screen looking at you. Not easy. Totally out of my comfort zone, but thank you. And aware of the timing as well. I think I was slightly rushed towards the end there.